Today, we're going to be talking about everybody's number one question, is now a good time to buy? I'm going to be looking at some key indicators to find out if now is a good time to buy in Orlando. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista, and I've been helping people buy or sell homes here in the Orlando area since 2009. Now, if you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe and to like my video, as it does help my channel to grow. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is below, and for those of you who may be watching this on a cell phone, just click on the title of the video below this video and all that information will pop up. I do offer a Zoom consultation, and that is my personal preferred method of chatting for the first time, because that way you will get my full undivided attention for that chunk of time. If you are camera shy, just feel free to leave me a note that you don't want to do the Zoom and I can just call you instead. Now let's talk about the number one question that I'm getting asked these days, which is, of course, is now a good time to buy? I have plenty of buyers out there who are kind of on the fence. Should I buy? Should I wait? Many of you are thinking that you want to wait until housing prices drop, that this simply can't last, and that's what I want to address. So let's talk about the market in Orlando right now. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to be using Orlando as an example, although of course there are plenty of neighboring cities all over the place that I am completely disregarding. In Orlando, in the last 3 months, 2,763 single-family homes have sold. That is 921 homes per month. Now, there are currently 700 homes for sale, and that means that if no one else put their home up for sale, we would sell out of homes completely in 2 to 3 weeks. The market is a very strong, very imbalanced seller's market, and it has been this way for all of 2021. We really haven't had a very balanced market in Orlando in far longer than that, though. So does that mean you shouldn't buy? Well, we need to kind of take into account other things, like the interest rate. To use a simple example, right now, interest rates are still very, very low. They're right around 3%. Actually, they're even under 3%, but I'm going to use 3% to keep this example fairly simple. So that means if you're going to buy a home that costs $300,000, you are going to be giving your lender at 3% back $9,000 per year, or if we divide that by 12, $750 per month. Now, if the interest rate increases, and let's keep it simple and say it goes up to 5%, you're going to be paying your lender back $15,000 per year, or $1,250 per month. That's a big difference, but will that cause demand to drop? Maybe, but a 5% interest rate historically is really not that high. And here's what gets really interesting to me. If demand drops as a result of a higher interest rate, and if prices therefore drop as a result of demand dropping, in order to get that $750 monthly payment, your home price would have to be $180,000 at that 5% interest rate. So our housing price is going to fall that sharply. That's almost 50% if the interest rate were to go up by a few points. We still have super high demand from out-of-state folks who are working from home and have decided to make the move to a sunnier climate. In fact, some buyers contacted me the other night about wanting to get into a 55 and over community, and I have some other buyers under contract in that same community right now. They went under contract in June of 2021, and their home is slated to be completed in April of 2022. So I called up the builder and I asked if someone were to start building right now, like when would their home be done? Oh, how naive of me. The builder representative said, "We currently have a waiting list of 2 years. Would you like to get their name on that waiting list?" So we do have other factors going on also in Florida that are driving people here right now from other states. It's not just working from home. That isn't the only factor anymore. Some of it is political, and so demand just remains incredibly strong. The last several houses that I've listed, at least in the under $500,000 category, have had multiple offers. One, in fact, had 13 offers by the end of a weekend. So I think we had one offer that was at the asking price, one offer that was a little bit under the asking price, I don't know why. And the rest were well over the asking price. One was 10% over the asking price. I have read some economists saying that demand is being artificially inflated by hedge funds and investors. So I just wanted to kind of go over that. We had one offer from Zillow. We had 2 investment groups had made an offer, and the other 10 were just actual people making an offer for their family or for themselves. We got lots of photos. We got lots of stories about their families and why they were moving here. So I don't really buy that the hedge funds are the reason why the demand is so strong. I also typically don't handle rental properties, but I have a client who is out of the country, and she asked me to help her list her townhome to find a tenant for her, which I did, and we received about 200 emails in the space of 5 days about this property. So it would seem that the rental market is just as brisk and robust as the purchase market, which tells me that people are just moving here. Another question I get asked a lot is, what about a crash? Is some sort of a crash coming? Many people are basing their assumption on the crash in 2008. They see the parallels that in the years leading up to 2008, housing prices rose dramatically, on pace with what we're seeing now. So that leads them to calculate that the same thing is happening right now. Personally, I think we have some key differences. First of all, we have, as mentioned, very, very low inventory and very high demand. We have lots of new construction, but builders aren't even able to keep up with that. We have, of course, the well-known supply chain disruptions that I'm not even sure we've hit the peak of. Earlier this year, we had an issue with getting windows in stock for new construction, and the price of lumber was skyrocketing. Recently, I spoke to some builders about, how are things looking now? Do you have the things that you need in order to build these houses? And I heard them say, we can't get cement blocks. We can't get appliances, so we've stopped offering them. We can't get blinds, so we're not offering them anymore, and we're having trouble getting flooring. In 2008, we saw people defaulting on their loans. We had something called jingle mail, which was where people were mailing their keys back to the lender and just giving up on their mortgage payments and walking away from their homes. No one was buying, and suddenly there were a ton of homes for sale. People couldn't qualify for mortgages, so it was really difficult to find buyers. And if you compare that to today, there would be no reason to default on a loan right now, as almost everyone has equity in their property. In other words, if you're going to make money on the sale of your home, you're not going to be in foreclosure, so you're not going to be in trouble if you have to sell. With demand as high as it is, I think even if interest rates were to go up a little bit, it may help to stabilize the real estate market by lessening the number of buyers, but I don't think it's going to knock everyone out of the market. But don't forget the point that I was alluding to earlier. People are moving here for other reasons, for political reasons, for lower property taxes, to save money because Florida has no state income tax, and of course they're moving here for the sunshine. Those reasons aren't really likely to go away, so we will still have a lot of buyers, even if some do drop out of the market. In conclusion, I know that there are many of you who are hoping that prices will fall dramatically and you'll be able to just grab a bargain somewhere. Real estate markets adjust, and I'm sure we will see some adjustments, and I'm sure there are some of you out there who are thinking like, well, she's a realtor, so of course she's going to tell us now's a great time to buy. But I think my best advice to you is to buy when it's right for you and for your situation. Not everybody wants to rent. Not everybody wants to be paying somebody else's mortgage. If now is the time that you have to buy, now is the time that you should buy. And even if we do see adjustments, it usually picks back up again. You just have to kind of be able to ride it out. So all I can say is try to plan for just about anything. But if you're gonna buy now, if you need to buy now, these things should not be stopping you. It's a good time to buy. We can get something under contract. And if you want to talk to me about this or anything else related to real estate, again, my contact information is below. Please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye-bye.